The Sprouts is a quiet but large and important group in our Shipley community. Every year I attend the Philadelphia Flower Show with my dad, and every year I am fascinated by how people in my school can win so many awards. This year, Miss Sterling invited me to come along with the Sprouts as they entered their submissions into the Philadelphia Flower Show. There, I would be able to scope out our competition and get to learn about the complicated submission process. When we first arrived, Miss Sterling took us to a table. She took out different brushes and clippers for the students to make their gardens as neat as possible for the judges. She also had different sheets of paper, which were keys for each of the students' gardens.
They take it over to a passer, and the passer's job is to make sure that their diagrams are accurate and that they have the cards with their names and stuff on it. Once it gets passed, someone places it, so that you're not the one that carries it and puts it out, but so that they're like placing it on the spots where it goes. And so once it gets passed, you can't touch it any longer.
Then I went with Sebastian to capture the passing process. I noticed how particular the passers are about each leaf and rock being in line.
So now we're moving on to bulb entries. So all of the kids have done small succulent gardens, and so now they have all of the bulbs that they're entering for today, which have to be groomed to perfection and then also passed and entered into the show. It has to be perfect. There's something called cultural perfection, which is like the plant being perfect with no blemishes, no bugs, no nothing, and so you want it to be as culturally perfect as possible.
Then I noticed Julia was gone for a while, so I went over to check on Julia and her succulent turtle, which was in the process of being passed. Shortly after I got there, the judges gave her the okay.
Okay, you're all set then.
I am, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Then Mr. and Mrs. Turner stopped by to say hello. It meant a lot to the students that they came to the show to see their work. They definitely seemed to have a great time. Later, I asked Ms. Sterling how the Shipley Sprouts benefits the students and how she wants the program to grow in the future.
I definitely think that students get a big relief when they just spend time in the greenhouse, and then the added benefits of gardening and learning how plants grow and feeling like you have ownership over something, I think is really important. It's also really beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to involve the lower school a little bit more, because I think really that the little kids, I'm hoping to get some like garden space at the lower school, but I think that if the lower school kids were doing the flower show, it would be adorable.
Really cute. Here is Shipley's first large showpiece, which many visitors were admiring. Once I got back from the box, Julia had gotten the first blue ribbon of the day.
First of the day.
My reaction, how do you feel?
I feel so great. First big win. We're like, we're just killing it right now.
Even though we weren't able to stay for the rest of the judging, we had a fabulous time. I learned so much about how they get the flowers ready, get them passed, and then judged. I now have a greater appreciation for the flower show runners and the students that participate. Thank you to the Shipley Sprouts who treated me as one of their own as I came along with them.